Okay, so right from here, Leo, you can pick up your trot and go ahead, get ready to trot into that green box. One, two, three, four, 5, 5.5. Go outside. Good, Leo. Now back to trot. Good. So she was just a little quiet jumping in. So that exactly. So because she was suspicious, we call it sometimes impressed, where they're like looking at the jump, and then they jump up, but they don't really jump across because they're sort of fixated, so they hover in the air, right? So when they kind of jump and hover, then they land really close, and then all of a sudden your next jump is farther away than it should be. So probably this time will be better, but if the same thing happens again, you just need to push up the line a little bit quicker.
Was that 6 or 5?
It ended up being 5, but it was a little dicey. Like she was far away and she jumped kind of one leg at a time, which we don't want to encourage because that can be dangerous. Okay, like I said, I think probably she'll jump over this one better this time. Okay, let's go again. Now, in terms of how many strides up the line, you need to be counting that, okay? That'll help you ride it better too. Nice, good with your leg, Leo. Over the pole. Whoops. All good, you fixed your lead. Okay, come again. Now if anything feels off there, make sure you're riding to your pole. You are much better putting your leg on in the line. Here, think about your leg being back a little more, underneath your hip and on her belly. Easy. Pull, look up, outside leg. So what happens, Leo, is you're so busy looking down that you don't get the chance to go to the pool because you're already past it.
But I thought she was on the right lead, was she?
No. And if you're looking up, you're gonna feel that, okay? So come try that again. I want you to look up, and if it doesn't feel amazing, you're gonna go to the pole. Good correction. She's doing so much better, this horse. She's really sort of settling into
she's just lovely, yeah.
Yeah. Liking her job. And
yeah, she does. She's really willing.
Yeah. Steady. Look up, feel it. Yes, good ride, awesome. And she still managed not to get the lead. Keep at it, outside rein. Okay, try again. Gotta get your, stop leaning over, Leo. I'm gonna make you ride bareback and you'll fall off when you do that. It is so not useful to lean down and look at her foot. Okay, walk a sec. Where on earth are you looking for your lead? The YouTubers love it when I yell at you guys. What kinds of
better throw keys at them.
Angry comments? Is that where you're looking?
No.
This is where you need to look. Don't look at her feet. Okay, right here. So what you're looking at, just like where you look for your posting diagonal, right? You look there. So in the canter, her shoulders are here, right? So you just want to see that the inside shoulder is going farther ahead, right? So if you don't see that, if you see this, then you know she's on the wrong lead. But that's what I mean, where you can just glance down, okay? So that's good, yeah. Same exactly where you look for your posting diagonal. But the biggest thing is you is we want to develop your feel, right? Like, you know, as soon as she goes disunited, you know she's wrong, because it's like you've blown a tire, right? And all of a sudden it's all over the place. Sometimes on the outside lead, she's got a smooth enough canter, it's hard to tell. So then you can have a quick glance and make sure that that outside shoulder isn't pushing too far ahead. Okay? All right, let's do that again. Now, I thought for sure going over the pole, she'd be right on top of her lead change, which she wasn't that time. So just make sure once you get your pole done, you're still prepared to ride away and ride the lead change if needed. Okay, Leo, same again. If she's getting a little snarky trotting in, try to just keep her attention, talk to her, do a little bit of bend, you know, something that gets her focus back on you. Lower leg back and on. Good, little bend to the wall. Bend her a little bit. Good. Look. Now praise her, Leo, and walk and give her a pat. So that time, did you feel she gave you a lead change before she got to the pole? She actually gave you a clean flying change, or almost clean flying change, before she got to the pole. So this is why I put the pole there, is to get her thinking about her leads. Right? To get her thinking about her balance and turning. Okay, really good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, after you do these two jumps and the pull at the end if needed, then you're gonna come across the diagonal and jump this vertical. Then you're gonna go back to trot, and we're gonna trot into the grid. I'm just gonna change that a little bit. So keep her walking while I do that. I think we'll start with the one stride to the one stride, okay, and then just straight down over the pole. Okay. Now that's 3 strides in there. It's going to be a little bit long probably with this not being much of a jump. Now in your position, 2 things I want you to think about. One is having your leg just a little bit more back. Okay? So that when you're in your 2-point, your heel is right under your hip. Okay? Or if you're sitting, your heel is right under your hip. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get a little bit like that, like you're riding a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it just needs to be here. So that, and then your hands, be careful that your wrists don't go down. Okay, so you want to keep your wrists like this. So from your elbow through your thumb to her mouth is a straight line. Okay, girly lace. All right, keep her walking another minute here. We'll give her a little breather. Beautiful exit. Now organize your trot. Look at your jump. Steady with leg. Good job. Straight, lead change, outside rein and circle. Outside rein like you're gonna back her up. Keep the leg. Yeah, try not to turn her head. Just straight back on your outside rein, Leo. She should not be turning her head. Keep your inside rein, keeping her straight. Okay, Leo, let's walk. So there was some really good things on that course, but certainly we can make it better. Did you feel over the first jump how she did look at the killer bump and kind of slow down? So that's like how she went the first time down the line, right? Where she hesitated, looked at it, slowed down, didn't jump in very well. So then you just have to get on top of riding forward down the line a little bit quicker. Okay, so that on landing in the first 1, 2, 3 strides, you've got your leg on so that you're already getting up to the jump nicely. End pull was good. Diagonal jump was good, except, hi, I want you to see this on the video. I'm gonna pull you forward a little bit. He's gonna be able to look back at this part of the video, hopefully. So when you were on the way to this jump, and you were using your legs really well to keep her going, but your leg was right here on top of the girth, okay? So if you think of this big piece of whatever it is, nylon or whatever, between you and her, she's only getting a fraction of the message, okay? So that's part of why your leg needs to be back. Let's go this a bit.
Yeah, when you put it on first, it was really tight, but then when after, it gets loose.
She gets work in and the pads sink down, yeah. So again, when you're squeezing her belly to get forward to that jump, you need to be feeling belly under your heel, not girth.
Okay.
Okay? And try not to turn your toes out so much. Okay. You want to have so that your whole leg closes in when you squeeze. Okay. Okay, so if you think of your toes being out like, 20 degrees or so, that's just enough that it really puts this part of your leg on. Any more than that and you end up with the back of your leg, which is not nearly as big as the side of your leg. Okay, makes sense. Beautiful exit track. So proud of you there. That was like, couldn't have done that any better. Then she was wanting to get distracted. You got your left bend. You did a good job organizing your trot. The grid was good. I'd like to see your hands a little bit lower. Okay, so when she's jumping, think of your hands being beside her neck, not above. Okay. Good. So we're gonna do all of that again. I'll just make this one a jump and the third one a little bit bigger, but everything is gonna be the same. We're just ready to ride. If she's at all sticky there jumping in, you ride a little more forward down the line. Okay, Leo, how many strides in here? 3, correct? Trotting in, how many? 5, bending to the pole, diagonal, 1, 1, and 3, and finish with your circle. Okay?
Oh, this hair is weird.
Good girly.
He doesn't even care.
She's so good about it. Some horses kind of like it, like, I don't know, it's soothing or something, and some of them just think you're trying to kill them.
You can't feel it.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, they don't have nerve endings in the top of their neck where we pull the hair out, but it's the pressure that they feel, right? So some horses don't like that feeling.
Maybe Blaze is fine with it.
She's good. So where's the big sailing championship?
West Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah, about 200 sailors.
Wow.
Yeah, Leo was on the podium and Neil was on the podium last year.
Wow.
And they were only sailing 2 months. These are all the best sailors in BC, Alberta, Washington.
That's awesome.
How do you think you'll do this time, Leo?
Well, I'm in the red fleet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a higher grade fleet.
Yeah.
Because there's green fleet, white fleet, blue fleet, and red fleet.
Yeah.
I was in blue fleet last year.
Yeah.
And I came 6th.
Wow.
6th in the podium.
Yeah.
So this year I'm in red, so I don't know because
You're not sure how stiff your competition will be?
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully there's no
sounds
wind.
like you've got a lot of ability for it.
But hopefully there's some more wind.
Yeah.
Last year it was kind of dead. Then it picked up, but it wasn't the greatest one.
Okay. Quite enough of yanking on her. Although she really doesn't seem to mind. Okay, ready? So she's had a nice break in the sun here. I would maybe do a trot walk, or a trot, halt, trot, and make sure she's awake and snappy to your aids. So the go forward part wasn't so good there, huh? Eyes up, Leo. Make sure you don't get buried into her. Now just walk a sec. Although that one was better. Try that one more time. Trot forward. Okay. All right. I like it.
Do you mind if we stay?
No, of course not. We're just doing a little course. And he's just jumping this one the diagonal and then up the grid.
Okay.
Yeah, good. She's getting smart about that. Better with your leg, Leo. Awesome. Now out, out, out. Good. Bending. Hi, Dottie. Steady, steady, steady. Steady. Hands low. Good. Good, and I like her landing on the correct lead there. So Leo, I don't want to confuse you here about your hands. When you're not jumping, they need to be a little more up. When she is jumping and you're going into your 2-point, they need to stretch down and forward more, okay? Because what's happening is her neck is coming up and stretching forward. So you just need to give her a little more room with your hand sliding this way.
Yeah.
Okay, think about, again, her neck is here. You want to think about your hands being beside her neck, not right into her neck. Okay? Let's do the grid one more time, thinking about your hand position. Your leg was way better on the way to the diagonal. So let's do the grid with a better trot in and a little more.
She wants to canter in.
I know, but I think that was partly just sort of you being a little bit aggressive down at the end and not really calm and smooth about it.
So should I just trot up to the grid?
Yeah, just trot up to the grid, do the grid. Lower, more generous hand, and then we'll do our course again. Yeah, it's okay. It's just that happy medium there. She was so quiet and relaxed. Yeah, get your lead here. Keep her a little straighter. Outside rein is too tight. Make your outside rein wide and then bring it back and release. Good. So just walk a sec, Leo. So when you're trying to get her reunited from being disunited, the outside rein right now, you're a little bit holding it this way and tight, and it needs to stay in its normal position and just go wait, soften. Okay, wait, soften, so that it doesn't come this way, because what's happening when you get indirect with this rein is it's turning her head like that, and then she's having trouble with her balance, okay? So wide hands, neck is right down the middle, outside rein breaks and softens. And you might need to do it several times, okay? But you don't want to hold, 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 hold. It's just wait, soften. Okay, so this time you had a lovely quiet trot in. She jumped in like a little hunter, but then she wasn't covering the ground enough, right? Which is why we ended up with the 4. So we just need a little more oomph in her trot without hitting into the canter. Okay, let's try the grid again by itself. So, little spark in her step, but on a rhythm. So here, set your energy level. Little more. Nothing's happening. Go, go. There, now relax into the rhythm you're in. Keep the left bend, keep the leg. Hands forward, leg on, 1, 2, 3. Good ride. Wiggle your stirrup a little more forward on your foot, Leo. And there, outside rein. Yeah, again until she gets it. Both legs on hard. Outside rein, back and forward. Good. Good, okay, and walk and praise her. Okay, Leo, so we're gonna put our course back together again. So now your challenge is after you jump your diagonal fence, trying to get that trot back organized early enough that you've got a nice trot coming into your grid. Just gonna add the oxer here. You do need to make sure your leg is on nicely for the 3, that she's not hesitating and then ending up long to the oxer. Have you ridden her before?
Yeah, just one.
Yeah, she's really cute. Okay, so are you ready?
The whole course?
Whole course. Once your stirrup just a little more forward, yeah. Leg back and on. Yeah, and not your seat back, that's right. Right, put your seat back and it puts your leg in front of you, so leg back. Okay, ready? Yep. Full deal. She needs to be a little more in front of your leg here, a little more forward thinking. Good, keeping your hands wide on either side of her neck so you've got a direct line of communication. Great job. Hands down, make sure your hands are low and forward when she's jumping. Good. Now here, have your canter. Good job. Trotting and bending. I'm just gonna come in front of you there, Haley. Steady, steady. Hands forward. Oh, she's doing so much better over those oxers. Awesome. Good, Leo. And trot and walk. So what I love that I'm seeing with Blaze in terms of her development is even from a couple weeks ago now, she's jumping her oxers rounder, not so high up in the air, right? Not so overly jumping them, but jumping rounder and smoother. And over both of these, this one she held her lead because she was already on the left rein. And this one in the air, she switched her lead and landed on the left, which was awesome to see that she's starting to think about those things. Okay? So keep her walking. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this. So now you're going to be cantering into it. Okay, I'm going to take the first jump out, and then you're going to canter in, and then it'll just be 1 stride to 3 strides. Okay? Very good girl. Now that does mean, Leo, cantering in, that you need to have your lead organized. right? And if you've worked and worked at it and she's still disunited, you just keep coming, okay? Because at that point, it's her problem. If you've set her up and you've asked for it and it hasn't happened yet, you're like, well, we're turning the corner, there's the jump, what are you gonna do? She needs to start thinking about those things. So if she is disunited and a little wobbly, you just really close your leg and say, keep cantering, 1, 2, 1, 2, keep the energy there, and then she has to figure out the jump. Okay, Leo, good for one more course? One more good course, okay? So the only difference now, landing off the diagonal oxer, is you're keeping your canter, fixing your lead as best you can. If you don't have it by the time you need to be planning for your jump, you just dig your legs in, not speeding her up, but just supporting the rhythm, rhythm, rhythm all the way to the jump. Little snappier here. Yeah, don't let her plug along. Good girl. Looking and planning ahead. Good work, Leo. That is the most organized this horse has ever looked that I've seen. Absolutely wonderful. She's totally getting to know her job, looking more and more comfortable with her distances, with there she was a tiny bit long, right? And she just kind of stretched over and still kept her lead and still kept her shape in the air. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna loosen her flash. That's one quick way to reward. Good girly. Not that it was very tight anyways. Good mama. Okay, awesome. So what I'll have you do is trot for a couple minutes, both directions, just relax, okay? Reins a little bit long, like just have your hands, you know, here or even longer if you're comfortable. And just trot quietly, do some serpentines, do a couple circles, and then she can walk and be done. So when we start to jump more and more, the cool down phase of your ride becomes just as important as the warming up phase. We want her basically just to slowly get her heart rate down, stretch both directions, so she don't block the pony there. Stretch both directions and start to settle her heart down until she's almost at a normal rate, and then you can walk and be done, right? So usually just a few minutes of quiet trot will help to do that. Okay, so go ahead and get trotting now, nice and quiet. Reins medium to long, and then if you feel you need them, like you're going by somewhere spooky, right, you can just bring your hands back and take a little feel with your long reins. So still, yeah, just a little more forward in the trot, Leo. Still a nice working trot, just on a relaxed contact, and find spots to circle and change rein so that you keep mixing it up, just like you do in your warm-up. So think about circling or serpentining, right? Keep moving her around the ring. Look up, look up, look up. She should still be in a rhythm here, Leo, right? It's not that she's done work. She's not done work. She's just in the cooling down phase of her workout. That's right. Now keep moving her around the ring, okay? I don't want to see you on the rail going straight for very long. Good, and she should still be a little bit bending to the direction of travel, bending around the inside leg. If you need to, you can take your hand back and just take a little feel on the inside rein if she's not listening to the bending leg, just to get that shape, and then you soften up again. Yeah, that's right. Super. And then the right leg starts to ask for some bend. And then as she's giving it to you, see if you can let your reins get a little bit longer again. Rhythm. Yeah, good, Leo. Good with your eyes there. Think of pushing her ribs up and out, right? Make sure she's not leaning into your circle. Yeah, really good there, Leo. She's nice and happy. Okay, she can walk. Good. Good girl. Is that feeling better now across those oxers? Awesome. Give you your microphone back here. Oh, that's making me excited.